In bunkers and stairwells, they listened. To Tel Aviv, under fire from Iran. Defenses scrambling above a city of civilians and military bases. From ballistic missiles, arriving minutes after launch. Impacts felt inside shaking buildings. For the third time tonight, missiles are being fired at Israel, fired at Tel Aviv. This is the response Israel was expecting. And all across the country, people are listening to the sound of Israel and Iran at war. Missile defense systems were also activated over Jerusalem. Israeli media reported several impacts across the country, including near military sites. A direct hit to this building reportedly left people trapped inside. Israel began striking Iran overnight. The nuclear enrichment site at Natanz, one of the first to be hit. A target for Israel's prime minister for decades, hit in what he said was a last chance to stop Iran making a nuclear bomb. Air defenses, missile sites, nuclear scientists, and military leaders, including the head of Iran's armed forces, wiped out in a series of nationwide strikes. An attack involving 200 fighter planes working with covert intelligence teams at a secret base inside Iran. These pictures from Israel's spy agency are said to show commandos firing at a missile launcher during this morning's attack. Their prime minister said the clock on Iran's nuclear ambitions had run out.
Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. For decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly, openly called for Israel's destruction.
In Iran, hundreds of protesters called for revenge. Iran's supreme leader said Israel had made an enormous miscalculation and that the consequences would bring it to ruin.
They should not imagine that they struck and it's over. No. They started this. They launched a war. We will not allow them to escape unscathed from the major crime they have committed.
Iran has also now reported unconfirmed signs of radiation at the Natanz nuclear site.
I call on all parties to exercise maximum restraint to avoid further escalation. I reiterate that any military action that jeopardizes the safety and security of nuclear facilities risks grave consequences for the people of Iran, the region, and beyond.
A former general in Israel's Air Force said there were limits to what military force could achieve.
I think we can say pretty much easily this was the most complicated and actually complicated, probably dangerous operation that Israel ever did in its history. We have a huge military success, a huge one. Okay, what's the next step? Are we going to transform it to something that will say, okay, the region is safe for the next 50 years, not having any nuclear threats from Iran?
Tonight, Israel was still striking across the country. This explosion filmed in West Tehran. Others reported at nuclear facilities in Esfahan and Fordo. Israel says Iran was secretly building a nuclear bomb. Too big a risk, it said. But Iran may now decide that negotiations won't protect it from attack, and that a nuclear weapon will.